Well, hello everyone. This is Caleb from Should You Play It, and I'm coming to you from Sydney, Australia to explain why I won't be live streaming in a few hours as we have done every week for the last few years. Mikhail also cannot live stream this week because he is in Thailand, and you should watch his video first if you haven't watched it. It's much better edited and more entertaining and interesting than this video will be. You should watch that right up there. I'm gonna put it in a little info card or something. But I also wanted to drop in and say that normally for these 2 months, September and October, I have kind of taken over the channel because Mikhail is traveling, but I had this business trip to Sydney, and that's where I am now. I was at the Sydney Opera House a couple of days ago. I should have made a video there because it's much more iconic, but what a lot of tourists don't see is I am on the campus of the University of Sydney. And it's pretty cool. Actually, the conference that I'm attending is hosted by the University of Sydney. We're just gonna hop into, it's almost 11 p.m. at night here, and yet I'm just gonna stroll through one of the most important buildings in the campus because it's extraordinarily safe here and quiet and clean and very pleasant. That has been my impression of Sydney so far, is, you know, not incredibly beautiful like Prague, not monumental, not like New York or Paris or something, but very pleasant, clean, safe, friendly, lots of space, and just a really interesting place. And so here we are. This is called the Quad. You can't see the buildings very well, but it's built kind of in the Gothic, European Gothic style, but it was built about 150 years ago. This is where the students actually graduate. Yeah, you can't see that very well. Beautiful moon today, though. It's full moon. Mikhail would be howling already. So back to video games. Yeah, we're not going to be publishing very many videos or any videos this week because my conference just ended. But you might not know this, but Australia is really far away from everything. It took me about 2 days to get here, and it will take me about 2 days to get back. But before I go back, I am going to have 2 days in the Blue Mountains National Park. I'm going to be hiking around, probably without any internet at all. And I am determined to try to find wild kangaroos. So if you tune back in next week, I will be back to talking to you about video games, and we'll be live streaming the reveal of next week's free games on the Epic Game Store. And I might also be able to show you some videos and photos of wild kangaroos. Maybe even me trying to get a selfie with a wild kangaroo and being punched in my face. Wouldn't that be fun? All right, well, thank you all very much for your understanding that after 4 years, it had to happen eventually, that we would not be able to stream at all. So this is the first time that it has happened. Usually one or both of us was in our office and able to take care of the channel, but this week is going to be much quieter. But we do get to bring you a few cool videos of Australia and of Thailand, so I hope that's useful. We have a video actually about video games set in Thailand, and I was doing some research about video games set in Australia. But you know what? There have not been very many video games set in Australia, and especially not video games about the story of Australia. You know, Forza 4 or something like that had a track in Australia, blah, blah, blah. If you know of any video games set in Australia that are actually about Australia, put that down in the comments, because if I get enough suggestions, I might actually be able to make a list and do a little bit of an introduction here when I'm back at the Sydney Opera House tomorrow, and that would be fun. So thank you for sticking with us. Thank you for your interest in this channel, and we hope that, we hope that you'll be interested in what comes next. Starting next week, I will be back in Prague and able to stream. It'll be one day after I get back, so I will be extremely drowsy and jet lagged. I will need your support to get there and put funny comments in the chat so I know what to talk about and don't fall asleep. All right, the spoiler video is already up for the next free game if you want to know in advance what it is. And otherwise, have a nice week. Play some games in your backlog, and I will see you next week. Until then, play well, everyone. Bye.